For now, there's nothing to see, really. It's just a bunch of sand. I know he's probably a great person, but something about him makes me hate him with passion. Hello and welcome to your weekly news dump. My name is Artem, I'm CEO of Akord Properties, and here we talk about this week in Dubai's real estate news, cultural news, events, and literally anything that caught my eye. Please like and subscribe, and let's get into the news. So this week, I would like to brag to you what a high quality equipment American car manufacturers and especially Chrysler Group makes. I have Ram 1500, brought it to service, wheel bearings busted, and mind you, I have under 20,000 miles on the clock, right? Barely any distance traveled, especially for a rugged American pickup truck, right? But what else is, during the exam, my water pump busted. So, guess what? I cannot drive this car because it will overheat, leaving me stranded. But I can't fix it because I'm waiting on parts. So, obviously, when normal owner of Dubai real estate company gets a rental, it's a Lambo. When I do, it's a J7 Chinese shitbox. Actually, it's a great shitbox. I got to tell you, RGB lights on the doors make me absolutely love it. It's beautiful, it's stunning. It's just a little small, and it doesn't react to the accelerator pedal whatsoever. It feels like it has no engine. It feels like a Fred Flintstone car, and I'm just pedaling my legs underneath it. But the rest of the car is nice. As long as Chinese guys work out engines and transmissions, they got to own the market because interior quality is way beyond what you would expect from a price range. Suspension feels nice. The infotainment system is incredible. I'm very happy with the car. I don't care, it doesn't drive fast. I take this time to get some audiobooks in and relax. I just have a chill ride, which is fair enough, but still, my car is in repairs. I didn't get a replacement car from the dealer, and I'm renting a car at my own expense, a few price levels beyond what I currently have. This is outrageous. Ram, please do better. Please do better with your service. This is not how it's supposed to go. Otherwise, we're working on Turkey Plus product, which I talked at length previously. Otherwise, it's a fairly quiet time. We're restructuring a lot in the company. I'm actually working a lot on admin and on the processes and the administrative. So, not that many cool stories. I just spent the whole week locked up in the office. So let's get into the news now. I would like to start with the regular fixture in our news, which is called I Told You So. This time, this I Told You So is about the MBR City. MBR City is fairly well known, but not nearly as well known as, let's say, the Palm Jumeirah, nowadays Palm Jebel Ali, the Dubai South. This is development, and the whole development area, which is for whatever reason, is not as much advertised, but is a grandiose in its scale and plans. First of all, another biggest indoor ski slope. New world's biggest mall is, well, contender for that is there because the other one is right across the road in Creek. My suggestion is just join them with a walkway and make it definitely the world's largest mall. Make sure you operate a taxi service inside. And set up some kind of public transportation because it's gonna be beyond walkable then. But the cool feature is artificial lagoons. Once again, artificial lagoons are great. Sea is just a dirty pool. It's a pool water where some fish has peed in. Why would you go there? They made artificial sand beaches, nice clean water circulating through them. You have artificial lagoons all over the place, maximizing the frontline area for the residents. That's in the District 1 and absolutely stunning right away. There's one part of it already been built. Obscenely expensive villas. The only time I've seen a garage open, I've seen a Ferrari standing right next to a Bugatti. This is kind of the caliber of customers you're looking for there. Otherwise, they're building much more budget-friendly areas where there will be multi-story buildings with apartments. Also, full access to lagoons. You want a paddleboard to your mate who lives a few buildings away, that's not a problem. You want to go to a beach right outside of your building, that's easy. This makes this a great area to live in Dubai. And I always said it's going to be great. And now we're saying, oh, rental prices going crazy. And who's the leader? The leader is MBR City. The guys who invested last year, in a year, seen 43% growth in their annual rent price. So now guess what? They're not getting 8% on their investment. They're getting 12. They're getting 12% on their investment. This is the magical number. Magical number is to see the future. And I seem to do so. That's why I'm telling that you need to work with your agent and tell them your goals. Treat them like a doctor. They will examine what you need. They will examine what are your pain points are, what are you looking for, and they will help you find the right projects because when you look into real estate in Dubai, you have a few hours, you see what's advertised to you, whatever the advertising is going to serve to you. We research market 24/7. Maybe less scrupulous agents, they post the pictures of them driving Lambos. I don't. Our brokers don't. They don't care for it. They love to sell it. They love to sell right. And selling right means finding the right investment for your customer. Finding the one they will graduate from with you, not the one where you get the most commission. Because honestly, buying something off plan for you in Ember City is a pain in the arse. It is. The developer there is tough to deal with. Demand is high, although there's no advertising because the savvy people know where they're going. They're not just going to give it out to anybody who's willing. It's an issue, it's a problem, it's a whole challenge to get it there. But it is possible, it is achievable, but you need to work with your broker. You need to have a relationship with your broker. Your broker will also be more likely to engage into that stuff if you work with them for a while and actually explain what you're looking for and let him join your project, you know? And this is so important. This is, I cannot stop stressing this enough. Just finding a broker, calling him, I'm ready to buy now, let's go buy something. Good is good for nothing tactic. It's not going to bring you anywhere good. They're going to sell you whatever they have at hand, which is easy to sell and has a huge commission. And I can't blame them. The guy comes in and says, I have money burning my pocket. I want to spend it. He's like, okay, let's spend it so I get to spend some money later on as well, all right? That's only reasonable. But if you get a guy who comes in and says, look, I'm looking for smart investment. I want to improve my family's well-being, my own well-being and wealth. And I'm happy for you to make a profit on it, but I want you to provide a service of a brokerage, which is a service of providing knowledge, connections, and process diligence. In order for me to succeed, people will work with you. People have their own pride, and that's involved in that greatly. Because it feels amazing when you sold somebody something which turned out to be some of the best investments in their life. When you hear it back from people, you feel like it's worth it, even though, well, when you're doing it, you're doing like 3 times the amount of work for half amount of money sometimes. Doesn't matter. You're doing a good job and it feels right. Simple as that. So get yourself a broker, preferably with Akord, and work with them towards your goals. Maybe you're not ready to spend today. Maybe you're ready to spend 6 months from now, or maybe a year from now. Doesn't hurt to talk to someone and discuss what's on the market, what are you looking towards, what are you saving towards. Maybe you're looking to sell the properties and invest into global properties. Before you sell even your current property, you need to know what you're doing with the money. Once again, talk with a broker, establish a relationship, find a broker you found common understanding with, and work with that person. So, as we usually do, let's look into the weekly transactions. Weekly transactions here are, numbers-wise, are fairly what's expected of. Apartment and unit transactions are at 3 billion dirham, so under $1 billion. Not a lot, but reasonable. No huge gaps in amounts, to be fair. Land is very low, but land varies by simply the fact of, did developer pull the trigger on buying a huge plot of land this week or not? So just 2.5 billion. Some land been transacted, but nothing big, right? So when you look at the weekly transactions in real estate in Dubai, always look what is of that is land transactions. Because you can have one massive land transaction or 5 massive land transactions. Let's say 5 biggest developers all bought new plots that week. That happens. And you get, Dubai transactions going up 300%. Oh my God. Yeah, they do, but it's inconsequential to the demand. It's inconsequential to you as investor and customer. So once again, one layer below the obvious is the real number, as it usually is. The disappointing bit of that is the bulk of unit transactions happened on the Palm Jebel Ali. Once again, I'm not a big believer in the success of this project. It's very niche in its application, so I don't believe it's going to be anywhere near as successful as the first Palm in Jumeirah. But we will see what's happening with that. People are buying now huge villas, so they're spending a lot. So by money volume, of course, it's a lot of transactions. Are they going to be able to sell those villas at those prices or higher prices? Are they even intending, or those are mostly end users nowadays? I don't know. So once again, we're investigating. Right now, it's relevant to so few people as a product. I don't tend to promote it, but I have to mention it because it's constantly in the media, because people love to hype it up. Once we have developments which are actually applicable to investors, applicable to most of the customers, I'll be all over it. We'll be reviewing it. We'll be looking into every development on live stream with brokers, with people with experience, possibly previous customers. That will be in-depth looks, in analysis, numbers. We'll probably do some papers on that as well and release those. But for now, there's nothing to see, really. It's just a bunch of sand. So, residential building sold out in an hour, right? Developer is not very it's well known and it's well established, but it's not the largest. And the area is not necessarily the highest in demand nowadays. And honestly, I love those news because I give huge props to this developer for how efficient their processes is. Because guess what? Buildings selling out in a day and in an hour, the only difference there is how fast they can admin the sales. And they managed to do it in an hour. They managed to admin a building worth of sales in an hour This is beyond incredible, but it doesn't show that it's more demand than a building which sold out in a day or even two. It's the same demand, those people been, let's say, waiting to buy it for a few days previously, weeks and months. What else it shows with those off-plan developments which are highly in demand, you need to be with your broker months in advance. You need to have your broker you have your understanding with, who are looking for projects to your specification, who understand your specification well, who have understanding with you of your goals and what are you really looking for, right? And simply there, we need to think about what you're willing to invest money-wise, what payment plans are you looking, what your cash flow looks like to establish that. But once you establish that, your broker should be looking because they spend all of their days researching the market. You can at best do a couple hours a day. Leave it up to professional. Let them help you find the right thing. And if you've been a few months previous, you will be a very happy person when you got it. But it takes preparation. The guys who got it been preparing for it for a couple of months in advance. That's the only thing I want to specify. If you come to the guy to buy the property and the launch is tomorrow, you're too late, you are not getting it. You need to be with your broker talking about what you want before the news of this launch even reach the major public. And by the time they reach the major public, you'll be the first in the queue because they know you wanted something specific from the start. Work with your broker, and your broker can bring you unicorn properties. Ed Sheeran announced that one of his Middle East and Asia tour stops will be Dubai. People are really excited. Ed Sheeran concert is coming up. I hate Ed Sheeran. I hate the ginger. I absolutely detest him. And I know he done nothing wrong. I know he probably a great person. But something about him makes me hate him with passion. I hate those sweet-voiced guys with acoustic guitar. I want to break guitar over their head and teach them to play techno music. Hate Ed Sheeran. But good thing he's coming to Dubai. A lot of people gotta enjoy it. But I hate Ed Sheeran. God, I hate him. So this system was already really in place. I don't know why it's big news. Maybe they improved on it greatly. Or it works both ways now is the biggest news. So you know how you have automatic gates in Heathrow or Gatwick? You have same in Dubai. The only thing is they're not only designed for certain citizens, they're designed for everybody who carries Emirates ID, so who is a resident of United Arab Emirates. That means that if you have golden visa, if you have business here, job, whatever, you've got the ID. And once you pass with this ID through the border once, they record your facial recognition. And next time you go through those automatic gates, you don't need to pull out any of your documents. It just recognizes your face, says, welcome back, and lets you in. Now it also apparently lets you out, and this is great. But letting in is much more easy, because when it lets you out without you showing a passport or a visa or anything else, right? Just with your face, I can only imagine a few guys arriving to the port of destination with no passport because they forgot it at home. And I can only imagine how they can deal with this problem. Like, it's gonna be a whole bunch of troubles. But realistically, we should have that in every country and just have every person's file, and to it we have attached the countries they can travel to. So you come in, they see your face, and they let you in, right? It's not that hard. I believe it's basic. Why we're not doing that yet? Why not everybody got this gate system yet? Just make basic sense. Otherwise, like, big props to Dubai. Like, when it comes to travel comfort, nobody even comes close to them. They're the best there. Absolutely great piece of news. Very glad to hear it. An HQ election announces vegan-friendly rooms in Dubai. On serious note, that means that big hotel chains realize the volume of tourists they're getting and are happy to invest into the very niche requirements for some rooms. That means they expect incredible volume of tourists coming from very different backgrounds and places. And that's good news. It just tells you miles towards what I've been saying, invest towards the Dubai tourism market by short-term renting. I believe it should be one of your primary avenues of investing if you consider to invest in Dubai. And it talks about the thriving tourism industry, which is growing faster than real estate industry here, really. This is the one to watch. On the lighter note, please imagine how you would explain to elderly Emirati gentlemen whose favorite pastimes are falconry and camel breeding what is a vegan-friendly room. I would love to see that. I think that would be comedy gold. I think that will confuse the hell out of him, and he'll confuse the hell out of the person trying to explain it even more, right? It's just incredible to see how diverse and different could be cultural codes of people living in the same city, in the same locale. Dubai right now is probably one of the most diverse places in the world, honestly speaking. If you look around, you'll see people living such a different lifestyles. You can see in Dubai Mall, let's say, a group of women dressed in a way which makes me blush, and nothing makes me blush, pass by me. And then you can see people observing very strict traditional rules. And it's great. This is the end of the video. Thank you for making it all the way through. Not many people do. Please like and subscribe, and see you next week.